Say my name when balls and feet surround you. Say baby footy fetish. We back, baby. It's time for another run at the Footy Fetish show. Soldiers, welcome back, baby. Time. I can't believe it's actually already time. We gotta transition over to the international love. We gotta give the international guys some love. Can't believe it's already the Euro, but it is. But before we dive into some Euro action, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho. Where you at?
Yeah, back on the mic with the Mike Daddy. Mike Daddy, pleasure as always to be back on the Footy Fetish show with you. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm still not looking at you, or else I'll laugh. Only these guys on the show know I'm talking about it. A little side gem right there, a little hidden gem, a hidden Mickey, as they call it in Disney World. I've been doing good, my friend. Been doing good. I'm tired as fuck. It's been a really long week. I'm ready for it to end. But it's a lot of shit lately. How are the lads? I know you did a little Christian Brothers soccer day, yeah?
Oh, well, again, we canceled it, risk of rain, but the first day of camp was awesome. Had a bunch of my YDP boys show up that are actually really good. And just really quickly, I stole a training method that the U.S. Soccer Federation has kind of shared with the national coaching community. It's called the play, practice, play method. And they really stole it from Europe, but they've kind of implemented it here, where what you do is you set up two mini games, and as players are showing up, you just tell them to go play. Just, hey, here you go, play. So the first 30 minutes of practice is play. You get their blood pumping, and then you do a training session. You do a small training session, 45 minutes, and then you end with 30 minutes of play. And really the big picture philosophy here is that you're letting the game be the teacher. You're letting the boys get maximum minutes, maximum touches. It's small-sided games, and you just let the game teach them. And then as they play, you try and coach little things like maybe a wall pass or try how to beat a defender one-on-one, whatever. But so far, first day of camp was great. Had a good turnout.
It's amazing how you went to, you went over there. You went, what is that, like a couple minutes away from you? Like,
yeah.
Around the corner from you. And now, if you could see Ocho's background, he's at the beach now. It's crazy. He's at the beach there, yeah? That's crazy. Look at that. He's chilling in the sand. Thinking he's back in Brazil. That's wild, though.
I wish this was Brazil.
Good to see you molding those young minds, my friend. Speaking of young minds, we got two guys who've been on the show before. Welcome back. First of all, Fabrice, Ntwali, what's up, son?
Doing good, fellas. Always happy to be back. Talk soccer. Excited for a new tournament, and always blessed every time I get a call up for a Footy Fetish.
Absolutely. All you gotta do is say our name, baby. Say your name, baby. Footy Fetish around you.
Hey.
And we love to have you back. Always good content from you, man. Good to hear from you. Speaking of good content, give this man a wiener schnitzel and a pretzel. Mr. Shelby's back. Mr. Shelby Parker right here. Tell him what's up.
What's going on?
Good, man. It's good to hear from you. Good to see you again.
I was fully expecting some sort of doobies and boobies intro, but you had to switch it up on me.
Dude, our guy in Scotland that we had on this that one time, our boy Dan, absolutely, he loved that shit, man. He thought that was great. He said, I want to hear the mixtape doobies and boobies. It sounds like a great part. It sounds like a great mixtape. Yeah, we gotta get him a copy of it some kind of way. You gotta send that our way. I'll put it on my iPod.
I think we can make it happen.
I've definitely got it on a hard drive. I know I've got that on a hard drive somewhere.
We need to make a music video with it.
I think there's some sort of made up music video somewhere archived that I don't want anyone to ever see.
Is it as good as Holland's mixtape? His mixtape video? Because Holland had a pretty big banger of a mixtape video.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's something.
When you Oh my goodness.
That's it. That's the album cover.
Oh my goodness. You said
It was actually a dope album cover. I liked it a lot.
it is. It
I really
is.
did, man.
I had
I liked
like
it
a real artist make it. Like I was blown up. You know, one of my songs actually played at the keg one night.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I remember you telling me that. That's fucking awesome.
What's that place these days?
It's
down.
for sale.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It's for sale.
Damn. Had to stop selling alcohol to minors, apparently.
So they were bumping R. Kelly in there, huh?
Oh, dude, everything. This was like, this bar was so notorious for letting in underage drinkers. I had a Louisiana history teacher who was probably in her 50s that was like, oh yeah, when I was here, I was going into the keg. And it was like, God damn, that's how long this bar has been letting in underage drinking. And it just got shut down like 2 years ago, maybe.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hey,
It's amazing they went on that kind of run.
R. Kelly's everywhere. There was piss everywhere.
Shut up to the keg in Lafayette for also molding some young minds.
These young minds.
That's right. Easing the minds.
All three of us went to the keg a lot, so good memories, man. Good memories.
That's funny because
tar pit.
A tar.
Yeah.
It's interesting because when I went to college, we had a place called the Keg and Barrel. Everybody called it the Keg, but it was like the complete opposite of what you guys are saying. It was very like high class. It was very like $4, like high volume beer, like all the milfy moms were in there.
No.
This place, just to tell you, like just to describe this place, you got warm tequila in those clear like cups. You know the ones I'm talking about? And if you ever wore anything white at the keg, it wasn't going to be white when you came out. You never wore white.
Like keg shoes were a thing.
You brought your keg shoes, yeah.
The even worse was the McKinley pub. That was a real classic.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites. I love that place. It wasn't as dirty, but it was definitely a hole in the wall kind of pub.
Till someone got stabbed.
Right across the street, yeah.
King Lafayette.
Good times.
Always fun and games until someone gets stabbed. Anyways, Ocho, what are we doing today? Tell the folks.
So today, the Euro rosters have been released. The 23 provisional squads, not provisional, it's a 23, actually 26. The 26-man squads have been released, and now it's up to us to figure out who's going to start. We will be doing a draft very shortly. These three gentlemen will be in the draft. We'll be kind of going through these lineups as if we are drafting. I'm going to have to give away some of my secrets. You're welcome in advance. But let's get it started. We're going to start off with Group A. That includes Italy, Switzerland, Turkey, Wales. But before we get into these rosters, let's go around the room at who we think the top two teams of these groups will be. Let's start off with Parker. Who do you think will advance out of this group, first and second?
So probably the common factor team here is most likely going to be Italy. So I'll just knock that one out now. Other than that, it's kind of up for grabs. I think all of the remaining teams, Switzerland, Turkey, and Wales, are all have potential. So I'm gonna go kind of probably different than some people, and I'm gonna pick Switzerland.
Oh,
nice pick. Ntwali, who was your second place team? Because I'm sure you're also gonna pick Italy.
Indeed, yeah. Switzerland caught me with a curveball. I'm torn between the two other teams there, but I am going to throw my hat in the Wales. That was tight.
All right. I dig it. Italy, Wales. Booty. Who are your top two here?
Definitely hate Italy. Italy's winning the whole thing, folks. Just mark it down now. Italy
Agreed.
for sure. For those next three teams, though, man, that's a nice little toss up. They're really kind of evenly matched when you look at them on paper. The Switzerland lineup we were saying beforehand, when you really dissect that lineup, man, they got some ballers. You got Shaqiri, you got your boy Chaka, who throws little temper tantrums, so you never know what you're gonna get with him, though. But you look at Wales. I like where you're going with that, Twilight. I like you being noble right there and sticking your balls out and going with it, my man. I'll give you credit for that. That's pretty dope. Takes a lot of balls to do. I'm gonna go Turkey. I'm gonna go crazy.
Turkey.
I'm going crazy. They usually show up for this tournament. You look at 2008. Look how far they got. They're starting to get hot at the right time towards the end of these qualifiers. I'm just gonna stick with them, man. I'm gonna go Turkey. But I am interested to see Wales versus Switzerland, man. It's gonna be a nice little matchup right there.
I'll tell you what, you stole my pick. I was gonna go Turkey. They have some sneaky ballers. They've got players from all different types of leagues. You look at the goalkeeper. I think it's going to be Alte Bayender from Fenerbahce. But then you've got defenders from Juventus, Merrill Demiral. You've got another defender from Serie A, Mulder from Sassuolo. You've got Ozan Kabak, who is at loan at Liverpool. So already you've got defenders. Oh, and then you've also got Zeki Silic from Lille. So you've got defenders from, and I'm forgetting another one, Sonyachu from the EPL. So you've got French, English, Italian. I mean, they've got players in all these different leagues. And you look at these midfielders. Again, they've got players from France, England, and Italy. Hakan Çalhanoğlu seems to just play his best for Turkey. I think Italy, Turkey are going to be the top two. I would give a third-place team to Wales just because I feel like they've got a little bit more depth. I also think Gareth Bale loves to show up for Wales whenever they're on the international stage. But let's really focus in on this Italian team. This is a lot of fun. Booty, do you want to give me your front three for Italy? Who would you say starts in the front three there?
What I'd like to see is Insigne, Immobile, and Chiesa. Chiesa on the right wing, obviously Insigne on the left, and Immobile in the middle.
Wow.
That's my three as well.
Yeah, and it's kind of boring. Immobile is like that boring man out of those two, but he shouldn't be forgotten for sure. We're talking about a guy that led Serie A on goals scored last year. Kind of got forgotten a little bit this year, obviously. If I'm not mistaken, I think he had like a little nagging injury here and there. But if I'm going like a full lineup here, I'd love to see him do like maybe a 4-3-3 with those three up top. With Barella, Jorginho, and Verratti in the midfield, with Jorginho kind of lying a little deep, playing that CDM, that number 6 role. It's kind of directed traffic, as I like to say. With Florenzi on the right in the back, probably Spinazzola on the left. Now it gets interesting in the middle, like we said with Chiellini, because this man can't finish a game anymore. So maybe he starts. I'll say he starts. But he subbed off at some point. That's kind of been his MO for Juve this year. So why don't you just go ahead and get him out there, get what you can out of him, and then maybe make a sub. And I'm torn between a Cherby or Bastoni, and I'm leaning more towards Bastoni just because he had the better year on Inter. And then of course our boy between the posts, Donnarumma, who's looking for a big payday. So we'll see what happens there.
I dig that. Can you remind me of your midfield real quick? I missed it. It was
Barella,
Jorginho.
Barella, Jorginho, and Verratti. Yep.
Got it. Okay. We'll pass it over to Ntwali. Ntwali, give us your predicted 11 here for this Italian team.
Ooh, I think a lot of it is probably gonna be similar to Booty's. I got Donnarumma in the sticks, between the sticks there. Probably have Florenzi. He's not the best outside back, but have Florenzi and Spinazzola in there too. I see more Bonucci and Bastoni probably. I don't know if those two have been paired together, but I think Bonucci's still got like the physical edge in there, I think, compared to Chiellini. The three, similar to Adu, Barella, Jorginho, and Verratti. Not sure how like Locatelli's been doing in terms of like minutes. He might be like a good option off the bench. And then front three, what I would like to see is Immobile, Chiesa, and Insigne. But somehow I get the stinky suspicion that like Mancini keeps wanting to play Bernardeschi. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but he
Oh
keeps wanting to like play him a lot.
God.
But yeah, like my front three, I'd want Chiesa, Immobile, and then Insigne. That's yeah.
You know what's stupid
Very
about
and
that too is they did that the other day. They played him in a friendly, I think, or a couple days ago. Whenever they played Bernardeschi and he scored. I'm pretty sure. And I think
Mm.
Pirlo's girlfriend had something to say to him, and they had a little beef. And he said,
It's
"Yeah,
interesting.
go ahead."
He's like hot and cold. Like when he's hot, it's like every now and then he does a couple good things, but when he's cold, he is fucking freezing cold.
100%, 100%. And he claimed she said something about like, how come you show up for Italy but not Juventus or some shit. And he's like, because they play me. He's like,
oh,
it was like a fucking like
shots
quick
fired.
sentence burn. Just get the fuck out of here.
Eh,
He's
So maybe
never
he's a
lined
little
up
fired
like
up.
a
Maybe he's on the upper. He's starting to burn up a little bit. We'll see.
he's never
For
lined
the
up a
record,
solid season though. In his time at
for the
Juve.
record, that 7-0 that game Italy played where Bernardeschi scored, they were playing against San Marino.
Yeah.
That's a good name.
So definitely not the best test, but hey, I mean, you got a goal on the board. Parker, why don't you share your starting 11 for us? I think you said your front three is the exact same as Booty's. I've got a little hot take, but who do you got in the midfield, defense, and keeper?
yeah, I think 4-3-3 as well. I'm pretty like my midfield and front three are the same as Booty there. My back line, I'm thinking uh, Benucci and Chiellini in the middle. I'm gonna put Florenzi on one side, and I'm thinking Emerson on the other.
Oh.
Emerson Palmera, Chelsea.
Yeah,
Wow, forgot about him.
yeah. So
Palmieri.
I'm thinking that might be. I mean, regardless, they're pretty deep in the defense, and so I wouldn't be surprised if I'm wrong. One of y'all is right, but either way, the most important man on this team, Donnarumma. He's
Donnarumma. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's crazy how like physical and mature he is at 22 years old.
He's a freak in front of the sticks. His reflexes are so incredible. I can't tell you how many games he has saved for AC Milan. I think one of my favorite traits about him that makes him such a great keeper is his ability to stop PKs.
Yeah.
It's just unreal how many PKs he has saved for Milan and just kept us in a game. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Just to follow up that lineup, I also have Donnarumma. I have Bastoni, and I don't know who to pair him with. I want to go with Chiellini just because he's more of a, the mature player. Not mature. He's been there longer. He's had more caps. He's the captain. You want that leadership on the field. And I would also like to see Florenzi. And I think I'm going to go with Spinazzola, but I wouldn't be surprised if Toloi went on there. Toloi did a pretty solid job at Atalanta, so I could see either of them. I've kind of got a wrench in the spokes here in my midfield. I don't think Barella will be in there. As great of a season he had, I think you got to start Verratti. I think you got to start Jorginho. But I think you need more size in the midfield. And I think you might go with Locatelli. Locatelli had a really good season. He's a big body. He's also a great passer, can hit players in range. As far as the forwards, I think Belotti gets the start at number 9. That's a great player. He's had fantastic run of form these last couple seasons on a pretty average team at Torino. And then I would like to see Chiesa and I put Immobile, but I want to see Insigne. I think Insigne on the left, Chiesa on the right with Belotti in the middle. I think that would be great. And you have Immobile coming in as a sub or even starting and kind of just rotating throughout the tournament. But I think you guys hit the nail on the head here. Very deep squad for Italy going forward.
I like your dark horse there in the midfield. Locatelli. You got to think. You would think a year ago, because we got to keep in mind that the Euros was delayed a year. Um, he didn't get called up until like August, so made his debut in September, and so if Locatelli ends up starting and making an impact, you'd got to thank COVID for that one.
Not to mention, I'm glad you mentioned that, Zaniolo. He was going to be the starting midfielder in this Italian team. He was probably one of the best Italian midfielders when he was healthy, and then subsequently tore 2 ACLs after being called up to the Italian national team. And then you think, oh, COVID hit. Like, now he's got a chance to recover after that ACL injury. He gets back on the field, tears it again. And while he was just cleared to play, I think it's very smart that the Italian team did not bring him to this Euro. He hasn't had the opportunity to get a bunch of consistent minutes and really get his form back. But I think Zaniolo missing out has really opened the spot up for Locatelli. So we'll see what happens there. Another kind of a sleeper pick is Lorenzo Pellegrini. Booty remembers our player. Booty remembers not our player. Booty remembers one of our guests, Paolo Di Lerna, who couldn't stop talking about Lorenzo Pellegrini for Roma and how he was the Totti to be. So look out for him to also be a possible starter and really shine in this Italian team. Booty, you got anything you want to add there?
A new Totti.
Go ahead, Twali.
Yeah, the one thing I'd probably add is for anybody kind of like looking at Italy for potential like defensive picks, there's not a ton of speed back there. And I'm especially wary of like a team like Wales. Burak Yilmaz has like some speed too. Some Turkey's got speed. So I feel like that's something to watch out for.
Nice. If you guys were to pick oh, we got a hidden message from Parker there. Sounds like the Lakers aren't doing that well right now.
This message is brought to you by Funky LeBron.
I need to check.
If you guys were to pick, if y'all were to pick some sleepers to draft out of this group, who would you pick from Wales, Switzerland, or Turkey? Who are some sleepers you would pick?
I'm gonna throw in a little Daniel James in there, Man U. He really impressed me the other day. I think he's got the potential to be an interesting player. Depends on how they play Aaron Ramsey too for Wales, but he could be a solid one. But you guys take it away for the rest.
I dig it. I'm gonna drop one else in for Wales. Ben Davies. I think he'll have a pretty solid season. Or not solid season. I think he'll have a pretty solid little tournament here. Parker, you got another one for us on Wales?
I mean, not a sleeper pick, but someone's gonna draft Gareth Bale. You know,
gotta get Gareth Bale.
I mean, it's crazy. He's what, the all-time goal scorer for Wales. He's been named Welsh Footballer of the Year 6 times. So, I mean,
yeah,
on his hierarchy of things he loves in life, Wales is number 1.
Fair enough. Booty, do you have any players out of these 3 teams that you'd like to throw in the hat as a player you might draft late in the draft?
Yes, and in that order, Parker. By the way, in that order. Yeah, I'm going to throw these 2 names in there, and these 2 names, they are not. I would say, all right. This is what's hard. These are guys that club level. I'm going to say his names. You just be like, you're going to be like, oh man, fuck them, they're trash. But we have to keep in mind different chemistries, different team, and the workload that they're going to be doing for this team. And those 2 guys, I'm going to throw Shaqiri out there. I'm going to throw Xhaka out there. And hey, I'm not even a Xhaka fan, but you have to think of the work that they're going to do in this midfield for the Switzerland team. It's going to be significant. If I remember correctly, Shaqiri, if we go back to the last major international tournament, we're now talking about the World Cup, which, God, this seems like fucking just decades ago. That man was scoring goals as well in the midfield. So he was getting set up and doing work as far as assisting, as far as ball control. So I'd say those 2 guys, just overlook for a second that Shaqiri sits the bench for Liverpool and Xhaka sucks at Arsenal. Okay, just like overlook it for the next 4 games for me. I would take those late in the draft if they're still there.
Nice.
Do you know any of Shaqiri's nicknames?
I don't, but I heard he was on the Doobies and Boobies soundtrack, and I heard he made an appearance in the music video. But no, I haven't. What's his nickname?
You may know him as Shack Attack, also Magic Dwarf, and Alpine Messi.
Alpine Messi. Wow, that's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. Love that. I would have to throw some players in for Turkey. I really think Turkey's going to surprise people. Got to throw my boy from Milan, Hakan Çalhanoğlu. I think Barak Yilmaz is also going to show up. And then you can't forget about, and I never can say this guy's name right, Son Yuchu from Leicester. He had a lot of significant minutes for Leicester. So look for him to be on display for Turkey. That being said, let's move on to Group B. This one's pretty boring, but has a potential to really light some fireworks. We've got Belgium, Denmark, Finland, Russia. Booty, top 2 in this group.
Give me Belgium and give me Russia. Let's go, Putin.
Nice.
Let's go. Let's go. I'll have my Putin shirt on, ready to go, where he's riding the horse, ready to fucking go. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Ntwali, who you got?
I'm gonna throw a little curveball in there. I'll say Belgium and give me Denmark.
Denmark. I definitely want to hear who from Denmark you think is going to help them out. Parker, who you got top 2?
I'm with Ntwali. Belgium and Denmark.
What? I'm missing something. I got Belgium and Russia. Let's just start with both of y'all. Who on Denmark is going to be a reason that they take out Russia and Finland?
I don't think they have a specific player that I'm like noticing, but if you look at like their core everywhere, there's like key players. I mean, Thomas Delaney starts for plays a lot for Dortmund. Højbjerg, Christian Eriksen. I mean, he had a somewhat season, but like when it comes to Denmark, he balls for them. Fuck, I don't know. I feel like as a team overall, they just have more depth and more sort of like players that can have an impact through the team compared to Russia. I don't really recognize much of that Russian team, if I'm honest.
Yusuf Poulsen is pretty notable too. He's been pretty solid for Leipzig.
Kasper Schmeichel.
I haven't seen him play too much at the international level, but I'll keep my eye on Poulsen to potentially be their go-to guy up top.
Yeah, now that we're looking at this, I just noticed Martin Braithwaite is Danish from Barcelona. Had no idea.
Poulsen from Leipzig.
Jeez, 'em.
Yeah, I have Braithwaite into my my starting lineup there.
Nice. Yeah, I also Andres Christensen just won a Champions League, subbed in for Thiago Silva. He will be back there. That's a solid little defender. And then one of the biggest pieces for Milan this past season that not a lot of people talked about, Simon Kjaer. Center back right next to Tomori, had a fantastic season, was definitely one of the bright spots of Milan, one of their best signings in the last couple of years. So I can see where you're going here.
Yeah, man, put some respect on my boys here.
Yeah, fuck, man. I think I made a mistake here picking Russia. Now that we're going through it.
And Daniel Vaz, if you look at him, he looks like he's probably playing right back for them, but he's like a right midfielder by like trade, and he's got really good crossing skills. So free kicks and assists. Look out for this guy, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. With that being said, I really want to talk about this Belgium squad. They've got some very famous players, but they've also got some young up-and-comers. I think we can probably pick out the strikers here, but let's assume they go with their 3-4-3. I'm going to pass it to Ntwali first. Who would be your starting 3B for Belgium?
Up front?
Up front, starting 3.
So, main guy, Romelu Lukaku. And then, that's where it gets tricky because I feel like they'd be tempted to play someone like De Bruyne further up, and then
Ooh.
free up the midfield.
That's
So
saying that he actually plays.
yeah,
Let's assume he
right.
plays. Let's assume he
Yeah,
plays.
the ideal like starting lineup. And then, geez, this is some stuff. I'll throw my hat in under Eden Hazard. I feel like somehow he's gonna find the strength in him to stay healthy enough for Belgium. And then third guy, give me a little Dries Mertens.
I love it. Little Squirtin' Martin. Yeah.
Are we doing the full 11? Or are we doing just a starting?
Yeah, go for it. Give me the full 11. We'll pass it around the room.
All right, full 11. I will go Castagna. I will go KDB in the midfield. Give me a little Yuri Tillemans, and then oh god, I might be a little swayed there. Carrasco. Okay.
I dig it.
And,
Atletico.
and then the back, Toby, probably Vertonghen, and
I don't really know these guys.
Probably Denayer, probably the third.
Yeah. Nice. Let's pass it over to Parker.
Oh, let's see here. I think, yeah, Courtois from the back. I would say probably. I'd probably go the same back three there. And then assuming KDB plays, obviously KDB. One thing that I wouldn't mind seeing is kind of a dark horse player here is Doku.
My man. Appreciate that. He's been getting some solid minutes.
Yeah, I guess has he been playing on the wing mainly?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll find his way into the starting lineup. I guess it'd be hard with that front three with Mertens, Lukaku, and Hazard, but yeah, that's the only one really. I mean, possibly he could drop and play somewhere in the midfield, but I think for now my prediction's probably pretty close to Ntwali there.
I kind of agree. Booty, do you have any differences there? I got one little hot take I want to talk about.
I definitely see Lukaku, Mertens. I know that lately they like to throw Carrasco up there on the wing if they do three up top. But I kind of see them. In my mind, I know this. This is what I would do. I just like Lukaku and Mertens up there, and they overload the midfield. They have a ton of talent in the midfield. And then you put Witzel kind of at that Jorginho role that we just mentioned at the number 6, kind of that CDM role, kind of again just distributing. And again, it feels weird to go back to the World Cup because it seems like fucking 10 years ago now for last major tournament. But I felt like Witzel was probably their MVP that didn't get noticed at all. He was doing that a lot. They were just kind of building up from the back, starting with him, and then he would just distribute to these guys. One thing I will say, good to see Fellaini's services are no longer needed. That he could stay the fuck home. But
hey man, you don't talk about him like that.
that dude's he's trying to steal my hairdo, dude. Only do with worse hair than I do. No, but I totally I could see Hazard sneaking his fucking way into this. Thorgan, the good Hazard. But yeah, the good one, the real one. But I'd be interested to see, like I said, if you go back and look, I think the last game was Greece, and they put Carrasco at the left wing, and I think they did a 3-4-3. But they've always just been about midfield to me. I feel like their midfield is their strength there. The names aren't as sexy as your Lukaku and Mertens, but I see them overloading the midfield. I think it's a better idea, but hey, that's why I don't coach Belgium. The only reason. What you got, Ocho?
I tell you, I kind of agree with all y'all. I think Doku has really proven himself to be worthy of getting that spot. I really like that you said that, Parker. I totally think he'll get that. If not starting minutes, he'll get significant minutes. Mertens is getting kind of old, and I don't think he has the legs to go the entire tournament. If you're going to make an extended run into the tournament, if you're going to go deep, you're going to need to give Mertens some breaks. And I think Doku is the perfect player to do that. I also agree with you, Booty. I think Eden Hazard's going to find his way on. I think De Bruyne is going to get healthy and find his way on. Just read an article that Witzel is back in training and looking healthy. That would be a huge plus for them to have someone who can manage the game from the back and kind of help out the center backs. As far as that back line, definitely not the strength they had during the 2018 World Cup. Or I definitely think Alderweireld is going to be back there. There's a player I don't know very well, but Denayer at Lyon. Lyon had an incredible season this year. They look really good. Top 3 or 4 in the French league. And then I think you got to put Jan Vertonghen with them. He's always been a leader and a really good centerpiece. And then, of course, Thibaut Courtois. Looking at the rest of this group, we talked about Denmark. Coming out of Russia, there's this young cat that was just lights out for Russia last World Cup. His name's Alexander Golovin. Kicked off the tournament with a bunch of goals, a bunch of assists. He kind of fell off, but some players they put on that national team jersey and they just turn it on. I don't know what happens, but they just flip a switch and all of a sudden they're the best player on the field. Dazuba, also very memorable name for me. And then there's other young cat that I just recently found out about, Arsen Zakharyan for Dynamo Moscow. He's been getting a lot of attention over in that Russian league. I think the Russians are always well drilled, very disciplined, and they have an identity and a play style that's very difficult to break down. So as far as that group goes, that's anyone's to take for second place. That is totally up in the air in my opinion. Gents, y'all have any sleepers y'all want to add?
Yeah, look out for Sherichev.
Yes.
Cherichev
on Russia.
Right, totally forgot about him.
I think he had a pretty baller start to the World Cup a couple years back.
Yeah, totally, absolutely. Spot on. Oh, and then look, I forgot about this guy, Miranchuk for Atalanta. Definitely a little sleeper. He's been doing really well for Atalanta. They signed him last summer from Zagreb. So look for him to also be a starter in that lineup. Let's move on over to Group C. We've got Austria, Netherlands, North Macedonia, and the Ukraine. Let's start with Ntwali. Who are your top 2 for this group?
I have the Netherlands and Austria. Give me Austria. Why not?
Damn, Austria? Okay, fair enough. Let's go with Parker.
Man,
Who's your top 2?
We must be in sync today because I'm going Netherlands, Austria.
Damn. All right. They got a squad.
Great mind.
Booty, who you got?
I'm currently looking up where North Macedonia is located.
It's like near Croatia in that ballpark in there somewhere.
I know, right? I used to be so good at geography, and man, that's a serious curveball right there. I was like, whoa! I'm trying to picture it in my mind.
I think they were called Macedonia for the longest time until just last year or 2 years ago, something like that. Same flag though, pretty baller flag.
Oh yeah, their flag is no nonsense. Unfortunately, it's gonna be looking up. Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy here. I'm taking Ukraine to win this group, and we're gonna go Netherlands finishing second there. I'm not impressed by the Netherlands right now. I know it's a sexy group of guys. It's sexy names on that list, but we've seen this happen before. Sometimes the sexy doesn't mean shit. The way Ukraine's looked, if I'm not mistaken, they have not lost yet in qualifying. Hey, they might not have played Netherlands yet, but I got to see a little bit more from Netherlands right now. I mean, is Memphis Depay going to be one scoring the goals for him? Maybe Proms, maybe you know what I mean. I don't know. Depay for me is hit or miss.
I got the sleeper for that team, boy. You want me to go? You want me to tell you who it is?
What you got?
Quincy.
Daniel Malen.
Okay.
For PSV Eindhoven.
Okay.
Had a baller season.
Yeah.
Baller season. Look for him to light up this Euros. He's going to be a really good player. Another little sleeper. Where'd he go? Gakpo is another sleeper. I don't think he'll start, but Gakpo had a pretty solid season next to Daniel Malen. And then there was one in the midfield next to Frankie de Jong. Cooper Miners has had a pretty significant season helping AZ Alkmaar get into the Champions League this year. Those two right there. And then don't forget about Jorginho Wijnaldum. Let me just go through my starting lineup. Of course, the goalkeeper is difficult. Tim Krul, I think, has been getting significant minutes from the back line. I think right back will be Denzel Dumfries. And then you've got Matthias de Ligt and Stefan de Vrij of Inter Milan. The left back, I think it could be Jurien Timber, but he might be playing. It's either Jurien Timber or Van Aanholt. And then the midfield, of course, you got Frankie de Jong. I really think Ton Cooper Miners is going to be getting some minutes, and then Jorginho Wijnaldum. Martin de Roon is another little sneaky pick from Atalanta. He had a really great season. And then the front three, I got Memphis Depay, Daniel Malen, and then I'm gonna give me Luke De Jong as the number 9. You need a number 9 on a team, man. Give me him. He's from Sevilla. I'll pass it over to. I want to see if Ntwali. Ntwali, what's your take on the Netherlands here?
First of all, I'm amazed that Bergwijn didn't come, but I guess he probably tailed off at Tottenham, huh?
Possibly.
I thought he was in there. No, it's not.
He's not in there.
Yeah, Steven Bergwijn, Feyenoord. Huh? He's on the list, right under.
He is?
Yeah, he's the first forward.
Oh. No, it's a different.
Oh, I see. Oh, I gotcha. Memphis starts. I think Luke De Jong next to him, and then what do they play? 4-3-3.
I think so.
Yeah.
I can find out for you.
In the olden days, I would have probably said Quincy Promise, but I don't know if he gets any minutes these days.
I just remember like one year when he was like stupid fast on FIFA.
Yeah, I'm not as prepared for this team, but I'd say if they're doing 4-3-3, then like to kind of carry it on, their midfield three would probably be let's see, what is this? Yeah, Wijnaldum, Klaassen, and De Jong. Okay.
Interesting. This is not the Steven Bergwijn from Tottenham.
Who is this guy?
I have no idea. Feyenoord.
Oh, it seems like he's a baller.
Yeah. Well, this is Gibraltar, so just keep that in mind.
All about perspective.
You know what I'm saying? Just keep it in mind.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that third guy might be, but I'd say my midfield three is that one that they have here: Klaassen, De Jong, and Wijnaldum. With the only caveat maybe, well, he doesn't play. I would have said maybe Van de Beek, but the guy never plays, so you're not gonna start a guy with no form. Yeah, De Jong, Wijnaldum, and Klaassen in the middle, and then at the back, De Vrij and De Ligt are my sure things. In the middle, I'll do Van Aanholt on one side, and not sure who they play right back. Dumfries, maybe.
It's definitely Dumfries. I can tell you.
All right, yeah, and then Tim Krul at in goal for sure.
Yeah, actually, I like your Davy Klaassen pick. I definitely think he'll be starting. I forgot that he's at Ajax doing a lot. Also, another sleeper. This is the guy I was trying to think of. Ryan Gravenberch has been hot at Ajax. That dude will probably get some significant minutes. That is the other youngster from the Netherlands. Gravenberch and Daniel Malen are my 2 sleeper picks for this draft. Y'all better not steal them. Parker, who's your team? Who's your lineup here? Do you got any special players you're looking at?
I think up top, I would say Depay, De Jong, and Bergwijn, however you want to. I don't know exactly how it's pronounced, but I think those are your top three. I do agree with you that Malin is going to get significant minutes for them up top. You know, he'll fill in for at least one of them up there. I think he's going to get similar minutes to you know, like we mentioned for who did we just say? The last group.
Oh, Belgium. Doku.
Yeah, Doku. I think he's going to play a similar role for Belgium. In the midfield, I would say the other De Jong, Wijnaldum, and I did like your pick there with Gravenberch. I think he gets the start there. And then in the back, I think it's going to be Dumfries, De Ligt, De Vrij, and Van Aanholt.
Agreed. Booty,
And
do you have
for keeper?
sorry.
I think it might go to Stecklenburg.
I tell you what, man, he had a baller season for Ajax with that PED suspension from Onana.
Yeah. The thing that I guess to go off of Booty's point earlier, you know, you're missing two of your key leaders in your starting goalkeeper and your starting center back. So it'll be interesting to see some of these, you know, senior guys like Daley Blinn, Wijnaldum, Depay try to step in and lead the team.
Is that starting keeper you're talking about, Clyson?
Yeah, Valencia.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's going to be apparently someone, and I could be wrong, but I think he just got tested. He just tested positive for COVID.
Oh,
so he got kicked off that roster real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I forgot about that. You know, you're missing Van Dijk and Clyson. Those are two leaders on that team. They're two established players that definitely have a lot of weight and influence. Booty, do you have a starting lineup, or you're gonna just kind of roll with one of ours?
Yeah, I mean, just piggybacking off of that again. I hate to be like a broken record. It's just like way too many question marks
dog.
here. You know what I mean? Like it's way too many.
Yeah.
Way too many question marks. And notice we've all went and for me to say they're going to win the group, that's tough. Hey, I think they'll hold it together in advance. But yeah, I mean, I guess the pie for sure. The Yong for sure, right?
Right, yeah.
Here, I'll throw a curveball. Because I actually love this guy. He's an Ajax guy. Well, he used to be an Ajax guy. Quincy Promes.
Nice.
That's a guy. He can also play a little mid too if you need to, or put him on a wing. He's versatile. So I like him a lot. Interesting to see, and I can't sit here and pretend like I know or not. I wonder if he's on loan to Spartak. I'm not sure, or if maybe Ajax sold him. I know a couple of years ago he was definitely an Ajax guy. For the midfield, again, let me piggyback off what Twali said. My mind says Van de Beek, but he never plays. I want him to be paired with Frankie de Jong again. Those two are really fun to watch.
Yeah.
Ajax. But who knows? But I'll go with those two, and maybe Wijnaldum. And then for the back, more question marks. Who's gonna fill the shoes for Van Dijk? Definitely De Ligt be back there for sure. Hey, maybe he might be the one scoring goals for him. Not even trying to be funny. He might really be scoring goals for him. Dumfries.
You would know.
And hey,
the Juve fan.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
He'll come up, and also he's great on the set pieces. So maybe they'll get a little set piece lucky. Who knows? But I will throw out there another Ajax guy that I like. I'm one of those closet Ajax guys, but Danny Blind. He's really awesome. He's a guy. He's a FIFA guy for me as well. You can center back him. You can throw him on the wing or the wing back.
Right.
He's versatile as well. So he's a cool guy to keep an eye on for sure. But hey, who knows if he's going to start? I would guess De Vrij for Inter. He had a great year.
DeVry.
Yeah,
Yeah, DeVry.
yeah.
For sure.
Keeper, yeah, I got to go Stecklenberg, like you guys just said, stepping up for Onana, who got hit with that harsh punishment. So he did great in between the sticks for Ajax, and again, we're Ajaxing all day. We've mentioned him about a couple times now. Hey, these are guys that helped them win that league yet again for the umpteenth time. So yeah, I'll stick with that. But not enough
So,
to pick
Booty.
them. Not enough to pick them for the winner though.
As a,
I'll go Ukraine because hey, I know about as much about a Ukraine as Netherlands right now. So perfect time to go crazy,
Booty, why
right?
don't
you go ahead?
Share with the people why you're so high on Ukraine.
Yes, there's a well. First of all, let me throw this name out there from a West Hammers getting hammered out there. That's our boy Yarmolenko. Great year with West Ham. So he's a name that I recognize. But biggest name of all, like I said, they did not lose in those qualifying rounds. A guy named Shevchenko used to play for some team over there in Milan. I think it might have been Inter or I can't remember.
You better fix your mouth, boy.
Not on the Milan team. What's that other Milan team?
That's right. It's one of those Milan teams. Yeah, I got to wash my mouth out for that. But
you're lucky you're not in the studio right now. That's all I'm saying.
I get a whooping. Slap me so hard my mom would feel it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's hey, perfect opportunity to go wild and see what Ukraine's going to do. I'm just really excited to see what they're going to do. Putting this pressure on them, they'll probably finish last, but hey, we'll see. But yeah, I'm interested to see them play the Netherlands. I think that'd be a fun one.
To piggyback on what you said, they went through qualifiers with all wins. That says a lot. And for me, that says that Andrei Shevchenko has really found this team's identity. They've also got some sneaky players from other leagues, but for the most part, it's mainly Ukrainian, so nobody really knows who to look out for. You know, so I feel like somebody is going to step up. A name that I definitely recognize right off the bat is Zinchenko out of Man City, as well as Malinovsky for Atalanta. Malinovsky has been a killer this season. He can drop bombs. Ntwali, Booty, I don't know if you remember him, but he was hitting bangers all season long for Atalanta. The dude has got a rocket for a foot. Look for him to be on the score sheet for Ukraine. That is going to be an exciting group.
If it's fit, Yarmolenko is like another guy for Ukraine. I don't know if you remember him. He's got that left foot.
Yep, for sure. For sure. Well, let's move on over to everyone in America's favorite group. This is Croatia, Czech Republic, England, and Scotland. Everyone in America can't stop talking about this English team. They're hyped up to be the number one team. Let's go around the group. Let's go around the room. Who you think will be up at the top two with England? Let's start off with Parker. Who you got?
England, Croatia.
Agree. Ntwali, any different?
Nope.
Booty.
I'll go with the same.
Yeah. I think this is pretty cut and dry. Croatia, runner-up in the World Cup, haven't really lost much. England just continued to get stronger. Got some really great youngsters that they added to the squad. Who really follows the EPL that wants to kind of break down who they think this team will be? Because this is a lot of fun to break this one down and start who you think will be on the field for England. No takers, eh?
Don't jump out at once.
I'll go ahead.
I'll
give it a jump.
Do it. You want to? Go ahead.
Yeah, I do want to. I'm going to go, it's either Jordan Pickford or Dean Henderson. I think it's going to be Pickford just because he gets starting minutes. We just found out that Trent Alexander-Arnold is out. So I think they're going to go with a 3-4-3. So give me Reece James on the right wing back. But then give me Kyle Walker. Oh, God, this sucks. John Stones. And is Harry Maguire? If Harry Maguire is healthy, I'm going to go with Harry Maguire. I'm not sure if he's healthy.
I thought they said he was out.
If he's out, then I'll scratch. It's definitely it's tricky because you could easily go with a back four. Let's assume it's a back four. I'm gonna go back to that. I'm gonna go Kyle Walker, John Stones center backs. Hot take. And then I'm gonna go Reece James right back, Ben Chilwell left back, midfield. I'm gonna go Jude Bellingham. Oh, I gotta go Mason Mount. He's been having an amazing season. And then I'll go. Yeah, man. Everybody knows now I'm not high on Mason Mount, but this is going to be the tournament that makes me bow down to him or say, told you. So I think it'll be Jude Bellingham, Mason Mount, or Jordan Henderson. And then I think Phil Foden is going to be starting like as a center attacking mid.
I think Jordan Henderson's out too.
Damn. Well, Jude Bellingham, Mason Mount, Phil Foden. I think that would be an ideal midfield. And then up front, this one's also really difficult because you got a lot of talented players. I think Kane is your number 9. And then I'm going to go Sancho and Rashford. Whew, that was tough. That sucked. There's a lot of good players on the bench here. I'm gonna pass it on. Booty, who you got, man?
Man, it's not gonna be too much different than you. I was gonna try to do for your forwards. I was thinking maybe you put Harry Kane and then put Rashford on Kane's back, and then Grealish on his back, and then maybe Sancho piggybacking him, like a 4, like a human English centipede, Hey, I will say this: really fun squad. I don't want to bash them too much. I had fun I'll admit I had fun watching them last World Cup, but something to keep in mind about this squad. We've seen this before with England. That squad that you're like, man, they just have superstar after superstar after superstar. I remember a time when they had a guy named Beckham and a guy named Gerrard and a guy named Lampard and a guy named Terry and a guy named Hart and a guy named Rooney, and they didn't do shit. So just saying, just keep an eye on this. I don't think they win this whole thing like people are thinking, but one thing I would like to see, man, a little bit different than what you said, Hugh. I'd like to see Declan Rice somewhere in there. I think he deserved it this year. I really been kind of following West Ham a little bit this year. He's definitely deserved some love, and of course, but I don't think there's any way you can't get Mount in this lineup after the way he's looked. And like you said, it'll be fun to see if he takes you to the promised land, Hugh. But I think my other than that, I was pretty much on point with you. Of course, did you say Harry Kane up top?
Of course.
Yeah, because he's got to be, right? Got to be in. I think you got to have Rashford in there. Absolutely. On the left side, left wing. That right wing, do you go Sancho? I'd really like to see that three-headed. I'd like to see that three-headed monster, man. I'm going to go with that. Go with those three.
All right, so you left out your back line, and that's the one that trips me up the most.
I sure
Who's
did.
Your back line?
I sure did. Damn, yeah, I was hoping I'd sneak by now. So Trent's out. That sucks, man. That would have really been fun to see, but Chilwell's got to be in there. The way he's been looking, I think you go Chilwell on the left back. The right back, man, that's a toss up now. I guess Walker or Trippier. But Trippier seemed to show up, right? He seemed to show up in the World Cup. People forget.
Best player. He was their best player last World Cup.
That semifinal, guess who scored their one goal? So I got to stick with him until I see otherwise. I like Kyle Walker equally, though. Then in the middle, you said Maguire, but there might be a question mark there. I guess Stones has to be in there. So I would say Maguire and Stones, but if Maguire is hurt or not playing, Reece James, throw him in there. The way I think you got to overload some Chelsea guys in there. The way they looked towards the last half of the year, they was on fire. I think you got to stick with what's on fire.
Yeah, I just looked up real quick. Harry Maguire has an ankle injury. He says he is improving ahead of the Euros. It's definitely a doubt. I don't really know Tyrone Mings. Is he a center back? Can anybody chime in on that?
Who's that?
Tyrone Mings. Aston Villa.
That name doesn't even ring a
I'm
bell,
on it.
man.
Familiar.
Center back. So that could be your starting center back. I just looked it up.
There you go.
He's 6'5", 28 years old. That could be a great little piece to slide in next to Maguire and Stones. It looks like he actually just body checked somebody today, starting for England. So that could very well be your starting center back for England on the sneak if anybody's looking to grab a late round center back. Let's go
Give it to me.
Twali. Oh, Parker.
Oh,
Yes.
Parker wants
Give
it.
it to
Take
me.
it, Parker.
Give it to me.
Take it,
Give it to
Parker.
me.
All right. Yeah, I think in the back it's Pickford. My back line is I think the same as yours, Hugh, pending Maguire status. I think if Maguire ends up being healthy, I think it's um who would we scratch? I think we would scratch Walker. I think it would be Maguire and Stones. But if Maguire's out, it's Stones and Walker in the middle, Chilwell on the left, and Reece James on the right. In midfield, give me Foden, give me Rice, give me Mount,
Woo. Damn.
and then up top, give me Grealish, give me Kane, give me Sancho.
Wow. Dropping Rashford. I dig it. I dig that. Why?
I mean, like you said, I mean, someone's got to sit the bench, and I mean, I think that he would be a good player to bring on at some point. You know, if one of your outside wings is not performing, throw him in there, and he'll. I mean, not saying he's a bad player, but someone's got to sit the bench.
That's right. That's right.
I
This is a
mean,
long tournament. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of switching and
yeah,
swapping.
someone's got to sit next to Sterling.
Twali, who's your starting 11?
All right. I'll take. I think it's kind of like touch and go for the goalies, but they'll probably still start Pickford. As for the back line, the one thing I probably change from you guys regarding like the Maguire, I think Maguire and Stone is the starting kind of like center lineup. Chilwell on the left and Walker on the right. But I think they would probably rather play like Mings or somebody like that in the center instead of like putting Kyle Walker as center back. They'd probably rather do that or like even risk it with like Connor Cody in there instead of like putting a right back at center back. For my midfield, I'm gonna go Bellingham, Mount, and Rice. And this is like a conservative starting lineup, but I think they could also drop Foden in the midfield. They feel like they could take a team and like just go offensive. And then my front three, Kane, Grealish, and Sancho.
Hot. I dig it. I dig it. A lot of differences, but a lot of similarities there. I think the injuries really play a big part. If Trent Alexander-Arnold was healthy, do any of y'all not start him, or do you think he's the for sure starter for England?
I think
I think he would get it.
Yep.
I think he would get it. I would be a little worried though because the last few games, towards the end of the year for Liverpool, y'all notice he started to drift. He started to drift more towards a midfield position, and he was getting caught out of place a lot. I would be a little weary of that, but hey, I think they'd be starting him. Like if you're asking me if I looked at that sheet, if he was healthy, would he be on it? Would he be in the starting lineup? Yeah.
Twali, same thing. You think he'd start?
I don't think he'd start all of them. I think
Well,
someone like Walker or like
Yeah.
someone that's like more defensive will probably play against Croatia. So I think like he'd get smoked by not smoked, but like he's more of like a liability. I think in the back line against a team like that. Just in the same like thing that I feel like if they really wanted to feel offensive, they could probably play Saka at left back, but they never played against a team that like is strong going forward. So
I dig that. And as much as I would love to go through the Croatia lineup with everyone, I'm just going to quickly drop some names. Don't know the keeper. Versalco, that's a name that I've seen a lot. He was on the World Cup roster last year. Brozovic, Modric, Kovacic, Perisic, Rebic. Any other names I'm missing, boys? Just shout them out.
Dejan Lovren.
Lovren. There it is. And then there was that dude last year that had that ponytail. He looked like that bad guy from what's his fuck? He looked like an evil villain. Y'all remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Vida.
It was Vita. Yeah, that was his name, Vita. He had like that blonde man bun. Anyway, we'll move on. Let's get on to Group E. I think this is E. Poland, Slovakia, Spain, Sweden. This one's probably going to have some hot takes. I'm going to go first. I think it'll be Spain and Sweden. Booty, who you got?
Yeah, it's a toss-up. It's definitely Spain. I'll say Spain wins the group. And Sweden or Poland? Sweden or Poland? Sweden or Poland? I'm gonna go Sweden just because Poland usually gets y'all hyped up for nothing. So we'll stay with that. And I mean, for Poland, it's Louis or nothing, right?
Heard that. Twally, who you got?
Oh, yeah. I think my second team's got to be a hard pick, too, but I'll go Spain and Sweden.
Nice. Parker, who you got?
Give me Spain and Poland.
I already know why. What are you not going to cheer for Lewandowski?
Szczesny. Oh, Lewandowski.
Chelsea's his favorite player.
Oh, God.
Love Szczesny.
Oh, man. This Spanish team is really confusing. I don't know what the hell they're going to do. This is really unique. They actually chose to not go with the full 26 and not take any Real Madrid players. Really weird. Wonder why that's going down. As far as for sure starters, I think Thiago, Alba, and De Gea. Maybe Morata. Other than that, no clue. Anybody want to take a stab there? Parker? Twali?
I think they play Laporte.
Laporte, right, of course.
Yeah, or Eric Garcia, maybe. I don't know what's the hype with this guy, but I could see those two being there. There's damn, I don't know.
I could see Azpilicueta starting just because he's really filled into a leadership role at Chelsea.
Yeah.
And I think he could play as like your right back. But I kind of want to switch my pick as far as who's going to win this group. I don't think it'll be Spain. I think Sweden take this group. If you remember this last World Cup, they had a really good run. They helped knock out Germany. Was it Mexico? Mexico and Sweden were the two teams that advanced. So this Sweden team is no joke. I think a lot of people are going to sleep on the Sweden team, and they're going to really excel.
Spain's liable to get knocked out too. I mean, I feel like of all the big teams, they're one that could drop this one.
I think Jose Gaia gets in the lineup. Fabian Ruiz gets in the lineup.
Yeah. Fabian Ruiz has had a really good year for Napoli. That's true.
I could smell a little Ferran Torres being a key player for them.
Ooh! I just saw a name, Adama Traore. I feel like you got to put him on the field. Just let him make some chaos.
That's right. That was
big body.
That was gonna be my little shout out there, man. It'd be fun to see. I think this is his first major tournament with Spain too.
Can you say his name again? Who is that?
Adama Traore.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
right when you said that,
yeah.
You heard that. You heard that too, right?
I got weird.
It was just some static. That's all it was.
Yeah,
Can we talk about?
But yeah.
Yeah, try.
Can we talk about the big name who didn't make it?
Who's that?
Who's the big name that didn't make it?
Sergio Ramos.
Oh, right? Come on, man. Shit. That's like us not bringing Donovan, man. Like, that's a leader, just a proven winner. I totally agree, man.
If he's still playing, you got to bring him.
And you know what? Props to him because he was very mature in that decision. He could have easily trashed the Spanish organization and the coach and came out and said this is such a terrible decision. He was very mature. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not fit. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to play." Booty, what are your thoughts
I
there?
was just about to say that he came out and said, "I'm not 100%. I'm not doing this." So it wasn't quite like Donovan, where it was just like, "What the fuck," you know? Like I don't even think he'd be a fit sub at this point. But yeah, props to him for recognizing it.
But was Donovan a fit sub?
I would have taken him over Wondolowski.
Yeah, and
sure.
I would take Sergio Ramos over Pau Torres from Villarreal. You know, like
Yeah.
I could find an equal player to
just like
to bring Ramos over.
Sub him on for a PK shootout.
Yeah, y'all gonna wheel him out?
There you go.
Y'all gonna wheel him out in a wheelchair, or he'd be like a little cat?
Last minute corner, bring on Sergio Ramos.
Yeah.
Not to mention, they also didn't bring Asensio or Isco, which I'm like, that's kind of suspect there.
That's weird.
Those are two great players that you could easily put into this lineup. With that being said, was that somebody was going to say something?
I was just saying, that's even weirder because they are healthy and they are ready to go and they have played for Spain before and they have the experience. So that's strange, very strange.
It makes you wonder if this is a Real Madrid Barcelona thing because the coach for Spain this year is the previous Barcelona coach. I forgot his name.
Luis Enrique.
Yeah, Luis Enrique. Thank you, Luis Enrique. He was played at Barcelona, coached Barcelona. Got to wonder if there's some favoritism there.
Good point.
But let's move on over to the group of death, Group F.
R.I.P. Hungary.
France, Germany, Portugal, and Hungary. This one's very difficult. I think we can agree all three of these we would like to advance, and 3 teams get the opportunity to advance. I'm going to let you guys, instead of picking the top 2, give me your top 3, rank them 1 to 3. Let's start with the Bundesliga pundit, Parker. How do you think this group finishes?
Germany, France, Portugal.
Woo! He said that one fast. Damn. Fabrice, the Frenchman.
I'll
raised in Paris.
I'll go France, Portugal, Germany.
Oh my goodness.
It hurts.
Booty. Who you got, man?
Portugal, Germany, France.
Let's be serious now.
Hey, France coming off, a World Cup win. What do they always do that next major tournament? Tank.
That would be a massive shocker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say that right now.
Yeah, it would be shocking, but they've done it before. So I'm gonna stick with what I know.
I'll point this out. They were in the finals last Euro, and then they won the World Cup. So just keep that in mind. All right? With that being said, woof. They got Benzema. I think I got to go, but Cristiano.
Yeah, I think I want to change mine to France, Germany, Poland. Or Portugal. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to go France, Portugal, Germany, but I could easily see Portugal, France, Germany. I think Jurgi Low does a number with this German team. That being said, Parker, give me your starting lineup for Germany.
Starting lineup for Germany. That's hard. They're so deep.
It is. Jeez.
They're deep. Easy choice, Neuer. I think they play a 3-4-3. I'm gonna go Matthias Ginter. I'm gonna go Mats Hummels and Sula.
Wow.
Damn. Yeah, I'm shocked too.
Love for the Chelsea man. Sheesh. All right.
And then
give me your midfield.
Midfield, I'm going. Let's see.
It's tough.
Gossens. I never know how to say it.
Atalanta.
Cruz, Kimmich, and Klosterman.
Ooh, I dig that. I like that a lot.
No space for Ilkay
Yeah, man, it's rough out here in these streets.
It's hard in that midfield.
or
And
Leon.
then,
Leon Muscles Goretzka.
up top, I think Muller plays the 9.
Damn, what? Keep going. Who else you got, man?
Muller at the 9.
Jamal.
I think give me Nabry.
I know the last one's gonna be
Timo Werner, baby. Let's go.
I was about to say I taste a little bias in there,
Shock
but
the
he threw the
world.
curveball.
Werner.
No, dude. Wow. All right. Who wants to go next? I definitely got some differences there. Well, I'm just gonna
Germany?
go. Let me just go. Yeah. Definitely not Timo Werner if I'm starting. I'm definitely gonna put Sane in. I'm going Sane, Mueller, Nabry. But this is difficult because it's midfield. I would love to have Goretzka. I would love to have Gundogan, but I think you got to go with Kroos and Kimmich. I think those two we all want to see paired together. And then you got to have some legit wingbacks next to them. So I do love the Gazans and Klosterman. And then Hummels, I'm going to go Rudiger and Hummels. I think Rudiger has really stepped up. I got to pick one more. Rudiger, Hummels, and I'm going to go Sule. I think those three, and then, of course, Neuer in the back. Booty, give me your Germany lineup.
It's tough, man. But the only reason, hey, and no offense, Twally, I like the France lineup too. Obviously, who doesn't, right? But I feel like if this is do or die for Germany, and when the back's against the wall, they're gonna pull something out their ass, right? This is tough. Timo Werner, though, fuck, I can't even say his name without fucking getting goosebumps, dude. This makes me so nervous.
Watch him get the start.
Yeah, I know, right? And probably the first goal. Watch. He'll have a hat trick the first game, right? Do they play Hungary the first game? It's possible.
No, they play France.
They play France.
It's Germany, France.
Oh shit! Right out the gate, dude. I like that. Man, okay. Muller's got to be in there. I think Nabry's got to be in there too. But damn, Goretzka too, though, man.
Yeah, that's my favorite player. It's hard to put him on the bench.
I
But...
know, man. I know. Let me see something really quick. Who's those? Let me see. Who's the defenders? Oof, man. Man, I hate to leave Kimmich out too, man. This is a clusterfuck.
Then don't.
Yeah, right. Let's. Hey, I know one name I'm leaving out. He could stick right in the fucking trash can where he belongs. I'm gonna go Muller. He's got to be in, man. I'm gonna go Nabry.
That was a good pun. I missed it, but I got it now.
Right in the trash can.
There it is.
Right where he belongs. How is he even on this team? There isn't one person in Germany better than Emre Can. Not one. Better than Emre Can. Not one. That makes me a little nervous. Can I change my pick?
I would have just.
No, I'm kidding.
I would rather bring back Lucas Podolski.
Yeah, bring him back. He'll score one. You know, it happens. It happens, man. Podolski, that's the man right there. Still most goals in World Cup history. Yeah.
I think.
No, I think it's Mueller. Mueller or Klose?
Klose,
yeah.
That's something. But yeah, Podolski, man, what a fucking legend. Okay, so yeah, let me give me Mueller, Nabry, Goretzka, Cruz. So a 4-man midfield.
Wow.
Let's rock.
Damn. Ooh, I dig that.
Let's rock.
And then who do you have as strikers?
I'd probably put oh shit, yeah. Mueller, not Mueller. Mueller probably have to be more in the center, but
You got Kai Havertz.
That's true. I'd bring Havertz on later though. I'd start Nabry. I got Nabry, man. Put him on a wing, baby. Let's go. Let's roll.
Wait, that's only one. You're doing a 4-4-2, right?
Yeah. So, we're doing forward. Shit, and I don't want Timo. Fuck. Yeah, let me do Sané, dude. Let me do Sané. Yeah.
Nabry Sané.
Yeah, Nabry Sané.
Woo, that's hot.
Yep.
You know who I would have rather seen on this squad than Trash Can would be Julian Draxler.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, you could have had a
yeah.
good tournament.
Definitely agree. Twally, give us your Germany lineup and then follow it up with your French lineup.
What does Germany play, by the way? Is it a 5-4-1? What do they usually do? Give me a little.
I think they're gonna go 3-4-3, but
Okay.
but it,
I see if it's a three-man backline, I see Rudiger, I see Hummels, and Sula.
Yep.
And then midfield in the middle, I'll have Kimmich, Cruz, and then out wide. Oh god, this is intense. Ooh, Kimmich, Cruz. Damn, I don't know. Sane. Actually,
They
Damn.
started Sane as a right wing back.
If it's 3-4-3, I see him more as part of like the front three. So I'd see Nabri, Sane, and Werner up top, Cruz and Kimmich in the middle, and then probably something defensive on the wing. So I see you guys have Ghost in there,
Gosens and
and
Klosterman.
yeah, then those two.
Boom. All right, now give us the French lineup.
Uh,
Let's
the
hear it.
French, the French, I think they're already pretty set in what they want to do. They think they want to do Hugo Lloris at the back. They want to do. Um, this is a toss up between Pavard, I think, and Kunde. I think Pavard still gets the nod. Varane and Kimpembe in the middle. Luca Hernandez on the left, and then I think it's a midfield of Conte, Pogba, and Rabiot. And
yeah,
then you have Benzema, Mbappe, and Griezmann up top.
that's it.
Benzema. Wait, say that again. Benzema, Mbappe, and Griezmann.
Yep.
Interesting. So
Is
right
Conte
away.
is Conte gonna be fit?
Oh yeah, man.
They just had a. I think they sat him recently because he just played in the final and they had Tolisso playing for him. But Conte's got to be. I mean, the fucking guy has been a monster the past 2 months.
That'd be some shit if he sat for this.
If he sits, I think France do not finish first in this group. Or if he does, how about this? If Conte plays all 3 games, they finish top. If he does not play all 3 games, I think Germany or Portugal step in as that top team. Parker, you want to give us your French lineup? Do you see anything different here? Or is this pretty
No,
cut dry?
that was it.
The thing
Yeah.
for me is I feel like Matuidi did a really good job during the World Cup. He's a very energetic player. He's very pacey, and he can cover a lot of ground. I don't think Adrian Rabiot does the same, which means Pogba's got to play more of a Matuidi role. But Pogba did much better when Conte and Matuidi were deeper, and he was able to go forward and kind of link up with Griezmann and what's his name, Giroud, Dudu Giroud. I think I think you got to give Benzema the start up top, but I would rather pair him with Griezmann and do like a 2-man striker, and then have like I would love to see Mbappe and Kingsley Coman kind of on the wings, and then do like maybe like a Pogba and Conte, and just tell them like, hey, you guys are your double pivot. But if Pogba, if you want to go forward, go for it. And then I like your back line and your goalkeeper. I don't really know, Twali. I'm just kind of fucking spitballing here. You're probably spot on with the 4-3-3. Um, so as far as that goes, looks like we lost Booty for a second. He'll be back. He said he's reconnecting. Let's move on over to Portugal. Ooh, this one's gonna be fun. I think I'll go first. I think it's either Anthony Lopez or Rui Patricio at goalkeeper. Not really sure. I'd have to look into that. Um, Center backs, I think you got to do Pepe and Ruben Diaz. Maybe Fonte could play. Fonte's had a phenomenal year at Lille this year, so you've got some solid rotation there. For right back, I would love to see Cancelo there. I know he's a right-footed player, but he plays left back. And I think a player that's going to really shock everyone is Nuno Mendes. He subbed in for Guerrero as a left back and did really well and took advantage of that opportunity to start. For the center mids, I've got Renato Sanchez, Bruno Fernandez, and then this is a tough one. Oh man, give me Serge Oliveira. I think he's had a really good season with Porto. It could be him or João Moutinho. And then up top, this one's really tough. There's a lot of players. I would love to see Jota in the middle and then go Joao Felix on the right, Cristiano Ronaldo on the left. Damn, there's Bernardo Silva I forgot about. Give me Bernardo Silva, Renato Sanchez, Bruno Fernandez in the midfield, and then give me Jota, Ronaldo, Joao Felix up top. I'm going to pass it over to Twali.
In goal, I'm going to think that Rui Patricio still starts for Portugal. Backline, I see. Is Guerrero hurt? You said somebody came in for him.
He was coming off of an injury from Dortmund, and I think he may be fit. So it's a maybe. I don't know.
Okay. If he's fit, then I have him at left back. I have Cancelo at right back in his natural position, and then center backs I put Ruben Diaz and Jose Font. And then midfielder, I'll see. I might throw a massive curveball into yours there. Bruno is a sure thing. I'd like to see Danilo Pereira and Ruben Neves. And then up top, Ronaldo, I think, has to start for them. I'd like to see Jota and Joao Felix.
Who was the player that you had different from mine in the midfield? I totally missed it.
Probably either Pereira or Ruben Neves. Those two
Yep.
are probably
Okay.
different tiers.
Both of them. I tell you what, Pereira he's on PSG. He's like a taller black midfielder.
Right, Bob.
Yeah, that dude was a beast. Okay, I could see that totally happen. He did a great job for PSG this season. I like
The
that.
only one I wasn't sure is like you left out Ruben Neves. Is he like does he fall
I don't
off the
really know
rotation?
him. I don't really know. I don't watch the EPL that much, so he could have totally got it. I'm actually looking at Portugal's starting minutes. Hold on one second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that.
I feel like Ruben Neves would probably get some solid.
He had 2 appearances, 177 minutes. So he definitely is one of the players that they start. Bernardo Silva is one. I'm surprised you didn't put him in there. He's had 3 appearances and almost finished all of them. Joao Cancelo, you said that one. It looks like Anthony Lopez has gotten all the starts during the World Cup qualifiers, but anything is
Really?
possible.
Okay.
Rui Patricio could easily get that. But yeah, you were right on Ruben Neves. He's been getting the defensive center mid start for sure. Parker, who you got here? Oh, sorry, Twilight, what's up?
I was about to say then Lopez is probably the one that I had like 50-50 for goalie on the two. So that might get swapped, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Parker, what you got?
Patricio, Guerrero, I think Semedo and Diaz in the middle. Cancelo on the right. In the midfield, I'm thinking Neves, Bruno Fernandez, and Oliveira.
All right, I dig it.
And then up top, give me Zhao Felix, CR7, and Silva.
Really? No Jota?
Nope. Nope.
Okay. All right. Booty, just in time. I don't know if you can
It's
hear us.
just
We
in.
definitely we can see you on the Google Drive. Gonna try and give Booty a little bit of time here. Booty had a little bit of issue with his internet. Booty, let us know when you can hear us. We're hanging in there. So while we're waiting for Booty to reconnect, let's go through who are y'all's top 4 for this Euro tournament.
What's up?
Who's your top 4? Let's go, Ntwali. Who's your top 4 for this tournament?
Final four?
The final 4. Who would you have in the final 4?
I have France, Belgium, taking a risk here, England, and Italy.
Woo, boy. Parker, who you got?
I think Italy is just like my top 4. I don't know how the brackets are gonna play out, but
Yeah, that's the tricky thing.
yeah, I don't know like who's gonna play who and end up where, but I'd say like my top teams are probably Italy, Italy, France, Germany, and Belgium.
Italy, France, Germany, Belgium. Okay. I agree with y'all. I think Italy, France are definitely favorites. I see Portugal getting back in there. And then I got a sleeper pick. I think the Netherlands. I don't know why. I'm just high on the Netherlands. I think they got some really good ballers that are going to show up. If it's not the Netherlands, put me down for Belgium. I think this is the last season they have. But that'll do it for us. Booty is having trouble logging back in, so we're going to finish out. As always, gentlemen, you got to give us a shout out. Someone you love, someone you hate. It can be a person, it can be a team, it can be a thing. Ntwali, who's your shout out?
Massimiliano Allegri for coming back to the old lady, and hopefully we're done with this fucking switching managers every season.
Yeah, agreed. He definitely. I feel like he felt disrespected getting fired after doing what he did, and he's kind of doing them a favor returning back to a team that they've messed it up a little bit with what they've done since he's gone. But yeah, great shout out, man. Parker, who's your shout out?
Shout out Anthony Street Clothes Davis. I love to see what's happening right now is the Lakers absolutely get embarrassed.
About to
I
go
love to
check that
see
out.
What's the update?
LeBum James get exposed. It's currently 84 to 69.
Ooh.
Yeah, the first quarter, Suns were up 36 to 14, and then it was, a point difference in the second quarter. Lakers are making a slight comeback in the third, but I feel like there's no way. Devin Booker has twice the points LeBum has.
Dig it. I dig that. It's time for the new generation to step up.
Yes,
LeBron
sir.
got his final ring, maybe, last season. I'm going to give a shout out to Team USA. Got a key win with some of their best players. Saw Gio Reyna, Josh Sargent, Pulisic, McKinney, Serginho Dest, and Zach Steffen. They looked really good. They looked really good. And squeaked by. I'm not going to say they looked really good. They looked really good being on the field together, but they squeaked by with the win against Honduras 1-0. They will be moving on to the championship. It's either going to be Costa Rica or Mexico. Shout out to them USA boys. that'll do it for this episode. Make sure to like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter for the Twatters, Patreon. Go check us out on Google Play, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. This has been the Footy Fetish Show, where the fetish is real and the footy is soccer. Peace out, Boy Scout.
I'll put up a something from work so it doesn't make me smile at all. Yes. Naked Rayola takes $20 million and bang that dude.
Oh, I'm definitely stealing that soundbite right there.
That's what I'm gonna need to bang Rayola. $20 million, right there. I'll consider it.